Scratchers! Welcome to episode 6 of the Scratch It on Saturday Beginners Tutorial Series. Hopefully you saw the last episodes because it's really important that you see them and understand. If you didn't understand anything from the last episodes, I ask you very formally to please just ask me on Facebook comments because I will immediately respond to them. Because if you don't understand one thing, you can't continue. Okay, it's like mathematics. If you don't know how you do 1 plus 1, then you can't do 100 plus 100. That's exactly how coding is. You can't be not knowing what the when green flag clicked button does and just immediately jumping to what we're going to learn about today, because that's one of the most important blocks, of course. So as you can see, we're on our profile today. Now, the reason I'm on my profile is because I want to quickly teach you some customization and stuff. Because right now our profile is very blank except for the description, this, and our project, and you can also customize it in ways that you like. And I'm also going to be teaching you how to go and explore projects and stuff. But you guys might be asking, Nami, why are we going into social things? Didn't we start with the simulator series? Well, I'd like to let you know that I'm going to be working on a way to teach it to you guys a lot more simply and make the simulator very fun for you guys to make. Because if you guys remember last video, it was sort of a rush and we only made the intro. We couldn't really cover a lot. And I want that you guys just learn a lot, you guys find it exciting, and that you guys have a really fun time looking at the simulator tutorials. So I've been preparing something big for that. So you better stay tuned because you're going to be happy when you see it. Anyways, because of that, today I'm going to be teaching you guys more about socializing with other people, about Scratch and the whole community, and a lot of cool stuff. And this will help you get friends on Scratch. Now, of course, if you or your parents find that you don't want to connect with anyone and you just want to be quiet on Scratch just coding, then you don't have to look at this video, right? This is only for the people who wish to connect with other Scratchers, make collaborations and stuff. And Scratch is already fun enough without meeting other Scratchers. But some of us can't live without the amazing community here. So anyways, let's just jump into it. First of all, I didn't even explain to you guys what this basic area is. So shared projects, favorite projects, following, and followers. So you can basically go to shared projects, and here in shared projects it basically shows you all of the projects you've shared. And if it becomes too much to fit in this list, for example, if there are too many projects on this list and you have, for example, like 90 or something projects, then you can click on view all, and then you will see your entire list of projects here. But you can't actually see that because of the short amount of projects that we have. We only have one at the moment. We really have to share more, guys, but don't worry. We know that we've been working on an amazing simulator game, and it will become amazing. Now, the shared project is basically how that works. So basically you can see all of your shared projects here. And then favorite projects, this is quite interesting because let's just open or race game in another tab real quick by right clicking on it and then clicking on open link in new tab. Let's just head over to that tab real quick. And as you can see, you have this little love and favorite buttons. Now, you guys obviously know what love and favorite do. I explained this very shortly. If you love a project, you can click on the love button to indicate, and then you will have a message saying this person liked your project. If somebody looks at our race game, you guys remember this, and then they click on the heart, then it will come in our messages that the person who clicked on the heart has hearted our project, which is basically a very kind gesture of them. And of course, you can also favorite projects, and this is what's very important. Because whenever you favorite a project, it's actually more important because then this project is one of your favorites. It's not just that you like the project. So whenever you favorite a project, let's go back to It's Me Nami's profile. It shows up in this favorite projects area, and as you can see, I favorited our own race game. Oh my god, this again. Okay, wait. Okay, thank God this time it didn't do something stupid. But anyways, race game is here because I managed to favorite my own project. You can always do that. There's nothing wrong about it. Nothing's wrong about loving or favoriting your own project. Some people say it's selfish, but in my opinion, you can do what you want with your project. You know, you can like it and anything. And let's go back to our profile, close our race game, and that's how favorite projects works. And just like shared projects, whenever you favorite too many projects, you can click on this view all to see all of your projects. Now it says zero for some reason. I think that's a glitch, but on my other account I have like 1,000 favorite projects because I look at many projects and like to review them, and like I can't view all of my, like there's no way 1,000 projects can fit inside of this little bar. So of course they'll have to show in view all, but I see this glitch is working. Maybe I forgot to favorite my race game. Let me just go there. And aha, see, we haven't favorited it properly. You have to favorite it, only then will it work. Okay, let's go back to our It's Me Now area, and race game is here. And as you can see, now it should load when we reload. Yeah, Scratch updates it a little bit late, so don't actually worry about that. If you follow someone, it also comes up a little late. Anyways, this next is the following tab. You can follow users, and whenever you follow people, let me just show you. So you have this little Scratch button which will lead you to the Scratch main page. Let's head over to Scratch, and as you can see, you see this What's Happening tab here. And what does this What's Happening tab do? Here you can see this little blue box saying, this is where you will see updates from scratchers you follow. Check out some scratchers you might like to follow. So whenever you follow someone and the person you are following likes a project or comments on a project or joins some sort of studio, if you don't know what a studio is, we'll be going over that very soon. Then basically it will show up here. It will show, for example, let's just go follow someone for an example. So for example, let's click on this, check out some scratchers you might like to follow real quick. Yeah, as you can see, we're at the Scratch welcoming committee. This is the place where you can say, for example, you can go to the comment section and say, hi, I'm new. But of course, I'm not new, so I'm not going to post this. But you can post this here, and then some very kind people will respond to you. As you can see, many people have been commenting here. 2 hours ago, someone said, hi, nice to meet you all, and a couple of people responded. And of course, even a minute ago, someone commented here. The studio is very active, and a lot of people want to like interact with you. So you can just post, for example, hi, I'm new, which of course I am not going to do because I'm actually not new, so I'm just going to click on the cancel button, but you can click on the post button to post your message. And how will you know who to follow? So for example, let's just look for someone who is for example, this person, for example, let's just click on someone, this person saying please follow me. Okay, we'll give them a gift. We'll go over to their profile, click on, and then as you can see with their profile, and then here we can click on the follow button. As you can see, you are now following Unicorn 25211. It just works like that. You can easily just follow people, and you can also comment on their profile if you like. So this is basically a very cool thing that you can do. If you follow people and you go to the Scratch main page, unfortunately our friend Unicorn hasn't been doing anything yet. So what I want to do is I'm going to look for someone who is active at the moment. Now how am I supposed to do that? I don't know how I'm supposed to know who is active on Scratch. But anyways, now if you look at our profile, yeah, see, we are following this person. It shows up like that. And that's how following works. It's a very simple thing. You just follow people and then they will show up there. It's a very simple thing. And then of course you also have your followers, which are people who followed you. Now I have 2 followers already because I have my other account called Nambazeking01, and people came from that account to here, and then they found this and then they followed me. Of course, nothing wrong with that. So yeah, so this is how following works. You basically get to follow other people and people get to follow you. It's a very simple thing that you can, for example, you can do follow for follow. Some people do follow for follow. So if a user, for example, comments on your profile like this, like let's just turn on comments. I turned it off because I'm recording a video. Okay, so F for F. And if someone might comment like this on your profile, like some weird person, no, not weird people, anybody can comment it. That doesn't mean they're weird. I just call it that way because you don't know who they are. And if they say F for F, that basically stands for follow for follow. Now I can't reply to my own comment because my comments were closed, but as you can see, we can reply now. Follow, F for F basically means follow, which is the F, and then like the four is basically the same as four, so it's basically by four they mean four, and then follow is basically just follow again. So F for F basically means follow for follow, which means yeah, so it basically means that you're going to follow that person, so you follow them, they follow you back. So whenever you follow someone, you follow them and they follow you back. So it's really very simple. So if you don't want to F or F with someone, you can always just say no sorry. But you can say no sorry, or you can say yes thanks or something like that. But don't just put something like no you meanie, because then you're going to get reported, because according to the Scratch community guidelines, which we went over in the first episode, you have to look at the first episode if you want to know that, then you might be reported, because being mean is not allowed on Scratch basically. So let's just cancel this and delete these messages, since we're not going to be able to follow for follow with ourselves. Impossible. Let's just turn off commenting again. And now we're back. Okay. And now, as you can see, favorite projects, but I only have one project favorited. And how do I find other people's projects? How does that work? Let me show you. First of all, click on this explore button, and then in the corner here. And whenever you click on explore, as you can see, there are so many projects here made by other people. A Mystic Valley, like a cool platformer game. A platform is basically an obstacle course. A Black Lives Matter project, which is very sweet. A Scratch, a mobile-friendly platformer. And of course, Mystic Valley Server 2. Oh, someone's made a remix of this project. That's cool. Ideas, yeah, someone's made an Ideas project. Scratch Ship, Helicopter. As you can see, many people are making extremely cool projects here. And if you want to see these projects, you should basically click on their name. For example, if you want to play this Mystic Valley game, you just have to click on it. And before we click on it, actually, the way this explore page chooses projects is what's the most popular right now. For example, this project probably has 3,000 or 4,000 loves because it's really become famous. So let's just, for example, click on Mystic Valley. As you can see, it has 5,000 loves, 4,000 favorites, 300 remixes, 81,000 views. But the thing about views is, if you go out and keep viewing, so if you log out and then keep viewing the project, then it actually counts. It doesn't count with you, but if, for example, another person keeps viewing the project, then it will count that. So it's probably not really 81,000, it's probably like 70,000 or something. People might have just come back to this project a couple of times. Now, as you can see, people are commenting here, commenting their feedback. You can also love this project yourself. You can favorite it. You can also play the project, which we're going to be doing right now, because otherwise we don't know if we want to favorite the project or not. So let's click on the green flag on this person's project. And oh my god, as you can see, this person has made a very cool project that you can run around, explore, run with the arrow keys. You can jump up, you can jump on oh, these are the monsters we need to defeat. Oh my god, they've made such a cool project, bro. Yes, we got them. So I like this project. I like this project a lot. So what do you do when you like a project? Let's just stop real quick, because I really like this project, but I can't play this in the middle of a video. So let's just oh, the project won't end. Okay, that's something cool they did. You can only end the project if you leave the page. Okay, anyways, you can love the project for first matters, and you can also favorite them, and then you can actually go click on It's Me Nami and go to profile. And as you can see, it shows up in our favorite projects now. Mystic Valley multiplayer, a multiplayer platformer. And this way, if someone else comes to your profile, so say like I'm another person, it's Minami is another person, I'm just scrolling by and say, oh, why have they favorited this project? The thumbnail seems so cool. And then they will click on this project and they will also like it. And then they will favorite the project too. And that's basically how the favorite thing works. Now, on the explore page is not the only way that you can find projects. You can also find projects on like the Scratch main page. Now let's just click on the Scratch thing here, and as you can see, we have this little page here, like the announcements that the Scratch team is giving to everybody, the Wiki Wednesday celebrating Scratch Month and all that. They have featured projects. Now, what is a featured project? Now, someone should have made Scratch, just like how we make projects on Scratch, someone should have made Scratch. Because if nobody made Scratch, then how will it exist? So, the people who made Scratch basically choose a project every single day by an underrated scratcher that nobody really cares about, and they feature those projects on the front page so that people who make amazing projects but are not popular get their attention, which is what they're really trying to do. So these are the projects they featured in the last week. Somewhere over the rainbow, I think. You can't see the full title because it's a little too long. As you can see, they don't only feature English projects, they also feature projects from other languages. So if you make a project in another language, the Scratch team might still like accept it because they have a translator team who understand everything. And then we have featured studios. As you know, we're gonna get to studios very, very soon. And then we have projects curated by Esfion. But what's projects created by Esfion? Now, this is actually a very interesting thing. Let's click on Learn More, open that in a new tab, and go over to here. And as you can see, we have this here, front page curator applications, and many people are sending applications to be a front page curator. And they're making, how do I apply? It's simple, just create. What is this? They have a very clear description here themselves. What is this program? Every week, a member of the Scratch community is selected to handpick projects which will appear on the home page. So basically, the Scratch developer team not only chooses project themselves, but every week or so, they choose a person that can curate their own projects on the front page. So basically, the Scratch team is really trying to bring attention to underrated Scratchers, which is amazing of them. And then, yet another way to let underrated Scratchers become famous, the Scratch Design Studio. Now, what is the Scratch Design Studio? Fun at home. Visit the studio. Now, let's open this one too. Go there. And as you can see, they have this little fun at home thing. Now, what is this fun at home? Like, what is this? I don't understand anything. Like, why are they making fun at home? And you might be thinking that it's just something they're doing because of quarantine, that they're doing a fun at home thing so that the Scratch people can make projects related to being at home, and the Scratch team is just encouraging it. But they're really not just doing it for that. They are making a new studio like this every month. So basically, every month they create a new Scratch Design Studio. So here it is. SDS, Scratch Design Studio, is a themed studio where a Scratcher can submit a project that matches the current theme so long as it meets the requirements shown above. So basically, in the Scratch Design Studio, every month they come up with a new theme. For example, fun at home, it could be dinosaurs next time, or it could be microorganisms, it could be anything. And then Scratchers would basically add projects related to that subject. Now, wait. Let me just. This has happened again, folks. Oh my god, why does this always happen to me? But basically, Scratch Design Studio is basically a studio every month, a new theme. So if you want to submit your own project, feel free to. You just gotta click on the comment section here, and then you just gotta say, here's my project, and then give the link to your project. And if you don't know how to give the link to your projects, basically go to your profile. For example, go to race game, and as you can see, you can click on the tab here, and then you have this big sentence. You can copy that by right clicking and then clicking on copy, and then you can go back to that studio. Click on Scratch, go down, fun at home, visit the studio, go to the comment section, and then say, here's the link. But don't give links to random projects that have nothing to do with the theme. So don't give away a project like a race game and the subject is fun at home, because as you can see, they only accept projects related to this. 5 fun things to do while at home, 5 things to do at home, easy crafts to do at home, stuff like this, you know. Can't just be adding random race games. You just have to do stuff like this. How to draw, for example, that's not related to being at home, but something you can go do at home even. So very simple. Okay, that's what the Scratch main page is. They have a lot of cool stuff, and these sections are pretty self-explanatory. What the community is remixing. So the projects that have been remixed the most in the last few weeks get featured here, and what the community is loving is, well, which projects are basically getting loved extremely fast. The algorithm with what the community is loving is a little bit different. So if you get 1,000 loves, it's not like your project will show up here. It's a little different, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much the Scratch main page. And now let's get on to studios. What are studios? We've visited 2 of them before, but we've never really thought about them yet. So let's go to my stuff. This is classic. You guys are probably bored of the my stuff system right now. As you can see, we have our simulator, paint editor, test, and all of our unshared projects here. And as you can see, we have this plus new studio thing here, and we also have my studios. Now, what are these? What is a studio? Now, let's just click on plus new studio real quick. Now, we have this weird screen. What is this? This reminds me of the welcoming community. Now, think of a studio like a Scratcher group where people can add their own projects and add their own projects, invite people so that they're a member, and then promote them to managers so that they can edit the title and description. People can comment here and basically chat, and it's basically like a group, but it's not private. Anybody can come and see the group, and people can submit their projects, and they can also do a lot of cool stuff like being promoted to manager. Because if you're not a member, or if you're not a curator, or you're not even a curator at all, you just so okay, I confused you guys a bit there, sorry for that. But for example, if you're a curator, you can't edit the description and title, and you can also not do it if you're not a curator. So if you're a manager, which basically the owner of the studio promotes a member to being a manager, then they will be able to do it. So a studio is very simple. Okay, first of all, let's call our studio something. Wait, I got stuck there because there's literally a siren going outside. I mean, you guys probably can't hear it, but it's really weird because normally sirens don't happen, and this gives me an idea. Let's make a studio called Sirens. You know? And then you can actually describe what the studio is about, as you can see here. So let's click here and say, hello, add projects related to sirens. And as you can see, anybody, you can add projects here. So for example, we can add a race game here, and a race game is now a project in the studio, but it's not related to sirens, so we will have to remove it by clicking on this little X mark here. And that's basically it. And if you want to add projects made by other scratchers, then you can get the link of that project, just like how I demonstrated to you guys how to get the link. So just go to a project that you really like, just copy the link and then just paste it here. For example, this is a race game thing. I pasted it there because it's still copied, and then we do add by URL, and then erase games here because we just submitted a URL of it. They just get rid of it again because it's not related to sirens. Now, here's a check mark saying allow anyone to add projects. So you can turn this on if you want to allow people who are also not a member to add projects. But if you don't want that people who are not members to add projects, then you can always disable this. And if you disable it, only the owner and curators can add projects to the studio, and no one else who's not a member can do this. And then obviously there's the comment section. You can click on comments and then comment something, for example, demonstration, my dear Scratcher. And then you just click on the post button, and then we have this little comment here. Comments is 1 because we have this comment. And as you can see, we are a manager in the studio where it's me, Nami. And we can actually invite curators here. Okay, let me just add quickly that you should accept Ringan, Moss W. Please accept. It's for demonstration. So that's very simple. And then we just invite Wingan and Moss W, my follower friend, and then they'll be invited to the studio. And whenever they get invited, there will be a little curator box here with them too here. And then there'll be a promote button with which you can promote them to manager. And of course, you can also invite random people to the studio. Yeah, for example, let's just add a good friend of mine on my other account for a video. Like, this is a good friend of mine on another account, so I hope they're online because I'm going to invite 2 people actually who I want to invite, because now these people will be able to accept and then they'll show up in the curator list. Yeah, so this is how it works. Basically, curators are basically you can invite people, set if you can add projects, make a little, make a little cool thing related to sirens and stuff. It's very cool. It's very cool. So you can also like follow the studio so that you get like idea. So if you follow a studio, basically you're like following it. It'll show up on your like profile. If you click on profile real quick, then you'll see this new studio. What's this? New tabs have appeared. Studios I curate and studios I'm following. And of course our studio is called Sirens. So let's click on Sirens, and then we have our little studio here. We have our add project section. Now the members of the studio won't be able to edit this description or change the title. Only you can do that, or the other managers. And of course, you can also make a thumbnail and make basically a profile picture for your studio. That's very simple. It all makes sense. You can go to the comment section. There's activity, which shows what's been going on. As you can see, It's Me Nami is promoted to manager by It's Me Nami, which basically means I was made a manager. I made edits to the title or description. I added a project, removed it again, and then I left a comment. That's basically what studios are, my friends. It's very easy to understand. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video. I didn't make this video trying to teach you guys anything. This time I just wanted to keep a little bit of fun times, because one thing, 2 reasons are there for this. Because one reason is that let me just write it down here. One reason is that you guys learned a lot. You guys learned a lot in the last video, and you guys probably wanna test a lot with it. So you guys know what broadcasting is. You guys know what brightness effects are. I taught you guys how to win this right click thing works. You guys learned a lot basically, and you guys can test it out a lot. And maybe you don't even understand something yet and you want to just improve your skills on it. So that's another reason I wanted to do this, because you guys need a little bit of breaks. You can't just keep learning new stuff, because I'll be going at the speed of flash because I already know code, and then you guys will be like somewhere over here. I'm not saying this because you guys are bad, but you can't go that fast, alright? We need to go slowly, step by step, and calmly learn everything. And of course, another reason is going prepare something. What would it be though? What is that going to be? This is going to be like a big plot twist in a video game or something like that. Now, I see no one has accepted my studio invitation. Wow. I don't really care, but that's just weird. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Um, Please just ask me in Facebook comments if you didn't understand anything. Now, if you don't understand anything about the community, don't really care about it, because we're not going to be going over that in this beginners tutorial series anymore. Maybe in the last episode or so, I'm going to be making an episode about some additional stuff. But for the rest, we're just going to be doing coding. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please ask me questions on my Facebook comments if you're confused. And like I say in every single video, if you want to make a big game like Roblox, Minecraft, or Fortnite, this is where you start. You can't just immediately jump there, because you basically can't do that. You have to go step by step. Some people just immediately think, yes, I can reach the top and do everything. But Scratch is basically like your starting point. Me too. I also wanted to make a game on Google Play Store immediately. But no, Scratch was my basic area. I made dozens of projects when I first started, and trust me, those are so cringe. I deleted them all. But that's how you do. Even if your projects are very bad, if you feel like they're bad, if a project is bad, then you've made a big step, because you know now how to improve. If you think your project is bad, then you know how to improve. So every time you get frustrated is a step towards becoming the best programmer. You know, it works, seriously. This is your standpoint. You should say, I can do this, and then start if it's really your dream to be an amazing programmer. But anyways, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm not saying this for myself, because if you guys like this video, it gets mixed in the algorithm, and people who really like programming and want to learn more about Scratch can watch my videos. And of course, subscribe. This is for you, because then you'll know whenever a new episode is out, and you don't have to be waiting every single day to see what's going on. And videos every single Saturday, so even if you're not subscribed, you know when you can come and look. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and it's us, the very cool programmers.